Alright, welcome back to Cricket Captain 20. We are on to the final test against Australia, and we will be running a very inexperienced squad. As you can see here, we have made a few changes to the side, and that includes taking out a few of the players that were, I guess, in the selected squad for the last few tests. We've given a debut to a fast bowler. His name we will see in a minute, but I'm just looking through the squads just in case I've missed anyone. I just wanted to see what Zubair Hamza was up to, but again, I kind of want to give him some more extended form, more so in first class, because he is only getting his runs the ODI, and usually that doesn't convert well when you put him at test level. I see this bloke here, I'm just looking for a new fast bowler, and you will see him here. His name is Kamanzi. He's a 21-year-old slow left armer. You will see I will make a few changes, and that will include giving Kesav Maharaj a rest. He is not dropped, he's just getting a rest for this test. So the selected squad I am going with is the one you see on the screen. We also have Victor, who I brought into the squad last test. He will be getting a debut this game, and same with, pretty much that's it. So Rickleton will probably be getting taken out of the side, and Maharaj will be the change for Kamanzi. Maharaj is more so being rested than he is dropped, but at the same time, it is a dead dropper, so it doesn't really matter what team I run with. So yeah, we're going to obviously try and get a win, but it just sort of depends on what we can achieve. If we can win the toss and bat first, that'd be preferable, and go from there. So I'm just doing all this practice stuff. If you guys have any thingos, just let me know. With the practice, I usually like to just train up a certain skill or batting practice, or just I find it a lot easier to do it that way than to just change the batting or change all the practice squad things to different players. So we are playing in Pretoria, and this is the last test. Hopefully there is quite sunny conditions, but we'll see. So de Kock will remain as captain for this test. They really want us to put Alga, and there is a bit of rain, as you can see there, around on the third day. So we ideally want to bat first. And that will be this side. I probably could move down to Swat, but I'll keep him at 4 because that is where they want to play him at, as we win the toss. And we will be batting, of course, because that is one of the first tosses we have won this season. Same thing as always, we won't be having highlights on, but we will see what happens. Ideally, we need to get a big partnership, or somewhat of a partnership, in the openers, but as Alga goes out there, usually one of these two will go out quite early. I don't know whether it's the partnership, because they both can bat. It's not like they can't bat. And, Australia do have a really good bowling attack, so it's not like they're playing against a very weak bowling attack. But I'm just finding a lot recently, though, especially in that Pakistan tour, we can't get an opening partnership. I don't know what it is, but, as we lose Van Dusen there, again, I'm batting him probably way too high. I don't think he's a number 3, but I don't really have a number 3 at the moment. Maybe if Snyman can be a good player, he could be, and I thought the Swat was a bit too high, but that's where they had him selected. He must bat at number 4 for his first class side. I really do rate Malan, though. He's been a promising player, and he's probably he has been our best player all season. So I'm intrigued to see what his development leads into the second season after this test. And he brings up another 50. I wonder if he can convert that to 100. But Jacques Snyman's hanging around with him for a bit as well, so that is promising to see in his second test, and he brings up his first 50. So pretty much here though, we're just going to keep the batting at a somewhat average pace. We'll up the aggression on some bowlers, but we're not going to go too overboard, just because there is only 40 minutes left and Australia will take the new ball. And they will take that. They've taken it now. So we're going to up down that aggression, just because there is 18 minutes and we don't want to lose a wicket before stumps. And we survive the end of the first day and recover really well there with that big partnership between Snyman and Malan. Let's just hope they can both bring up hundreds. And Malan does, that's a good job, another 100 to him. But he goes out for 119, but he was at the crease for a long time. Hopefully Snyman can bring it up, as Victor goes out in his first test for 2. And Snyman does bring up 100. Fantastic job. In only his second test match, he's scored a test century, so good on him. De Kock, unfortunately, it goes after him. Pretty much here, though, we're going to have to keep Snyman on strike. I don't know how long it'll last, but... And he goes for 105. I mean, I didn't really expect him to last too much longer, because he is very inexperienced, so it's not like he has a lot of experience handling the tail quite manageable, but I don't know if we can get maybe some partnership here, but we have scored 310 runs, so any run here is 325 from the position we were in. I think we were about 3 for 90 odd. Fantastic job. I don't know whether we'll be able to get Warner out though, because he's been fantastic this test, or this series. I'm going to target Darcy Short again, because I don't rate him at all. I don't even know why he's playing test cricket. But let's see if we can get some wickets. But again, Rabada is leaking runs. I don't know whether that's something to do with his certain characteristics where in the game where he might be bowling too aggressive, but I don't know, even when I put him at defensive bowling, he really struggles to keep the economy down. And I know he can be an economical bowler, but he does have games when he gets under 2.5 economies, but I can't seem to get him below 3.5. I think Hawkins been a good bowler though, even though he hasn't taken a wicket so far. Early days so far, but I'm quite pleased with how he has come into the side and taken wickets, because for his age at 31, I was thinking, oh, here we go. And Nangosmo will get the first wicket. So he was a debutant in the last test. And he'll get another wicket, Shaun Marsh. He could be a promising bowler. I will obviously track his progress, but my aim is to give Ngidi a go in the next test, because I will assume that Ngidi will be playing some solid form by the time the next series is. But I just needed to take him out of the squad, just because we were losing too much. He was being too economical, and I can't take Rabada out because he's our best bowler. And Hawken will get Steve Smith out, but Warner is on par for another century. And Rabada gets his first wicket. He gets Stoinis out for 10. I don't know whether we will be able to get Warner out before he gets 100 though. And I would assume if he gets another 100, he will be the player, and he does. He should be the player of the series now. As we get him out for 100, Hawken takes that wicket. Now there's a bit of rain around, so we should be losing some time due to stoppages. And Hawken will get the captain of Tim Paine out for Australia, and that is his third wicket. And the Swat will bring into the attack, but again, he hasn't been fantastic. And then Gosmo will get another wicket. We'll take the Swat out for Hawken, and Rabada will come back in with the new ball. So he is bowling a little bit better now, Rabada. It's Travis Head has made 100 there. We had him at a good position to capitalise, but I don't know. Manzi will come in and he'll take his first Test wicket, and he's going to take another wicket. This time Cummings and Hazelwood. That is the last wicket. So Australia do lead by 54 runs. We couldn't break that partnership between Cummins and Head, which really set in tone the next session. So we do have now our second innings. I don't know what we're going to be able to do though, because the wicket is deteriorating. Milan's going quite quick. He went out for 46. And Alger again, he just after coming off 100, he's just been really bad. I don't know what's wrong with him. And I don't want to put Markram and Milan both as openers because they're both aggressive batsmen, because I like to have one aggressive, one defensive batsman. So unless Milan or I can bring Markram in and bat him down the order, but I personally think he's an opener. Van Dusen has been decent. He hasn't been terrible. Like, he's probably been one of our most consistent players all first season. It's just I feel that I'm batting him too high. I think he's a 4, possibly a 5, but he has been quite good. He did make 100 at number 3, I think, when we played Pakistan. So he does have promising signs, but I do want to try him probably at 4 or 5 because he can hang around the crease, as you can see there, 138 balls. But again, I don't know whether it's just a mentality thing or what, because he gets out for 37. But at this point, there's really no chance we're going to win the Test. We're going into the 5th day, or probably the 4th day. Yeah, Australia will probably be batting again tonight. We do only have a lead of 139. There's pretty much no way we're going to be able to defend this. We'll see what we can do. But it's been quite a disappointing series. As I said, I was experimenting a little bit. I mean, we still had some decent players, but that first Test when we lost by 300 runs, an innings and 300 runs, that pretty much put a sail on the aspirations of probably winning this series, and unfortunately it's probably taken a negative effect on this playing group, even though it probably shouldn't because it's obviously a game, but we'll just say that it's taken a negative effect because I can't see why we're seeing so many collapses at the top of the order. because it's not like Van Dussen. Like even when Du Plessis was in, before I dropped him, he was still struggling. So I don't know what it is. But while I'm rambling there, we are getting quick wickets here, but Australia only need 30 odd runs. There's no way we're going to take 7 wickets for 30. But yeah, it's back to 23 runs. We do take another wicket, but I'll put it on low chances just for the last few overs, but I'm not really expecting anything. Yeah, they're going to do it quite comfortably. And they win by 6 wickets. I mean, there was no way they weren't going to win that test there. But, credit where credit's due, they did play well. And that is the last test of the tour. The home series. You see that it was quite a humiliating series. We lost 3-0 and pretty much lost every game convincingly. We dropped to number 5 in the test rankings. That was expected. We were at 3. We lost 2 points there, and Australia can now move to top of the table. Milan, though, is still number 1 test batsman in the world. That is still good to see. That is probably because his strike rate for 50s to 100s is phenomenal. We don't have any bowlers in the top 10, or top 12 I should add. So we will look at... Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll see you guys for the season review.